Alright, today I'm going to show you how to clean the drive surfaces on a Zenith Cobramatic, an early model. So if yours looks like this one's for you. It also works for the stroboscope Cobramatics on early Zenith players. You're going to need some denaturalized alcohol. I poured some of it into the lid here. First thing you do is move the hold down lever out of the way. Make sure that your speed selector is on off and that your record size selector is to the center here. This particular record player is in service, so it's missing the spindle, so just ignore that. It is on the bearing. I'm going to reach my fingers up and underneath here and rotate this back and forth as I lift up on it. To remove the platter, it just sits there, so once you clear the bearing sleeve, you can just lift it straight up and off the spindle. Make sure that the bearing is not stuck to the bottom of your platter. This is the bearing I'm talking about. That's your spindle bearing. Make sure it stays in there. These are the control surface that you're going to want to clean. This little idler wheel and this particular one down here, and the motor's drive shaft, which we'll get to in a second. As you can see, the lever here moves the speed back and forth on the little drive wheel here, and that's what makes it go fast and slow. So we're going to clean this particular little idler wheel and also this one here. This is the motor's drive shaft right here, and that is what rotates this particular wheel. Your platter sits on top here, so this just moves back and forth on the bottom of your platter from fast to slow. Alright, so get a little, whoops, I spilled it, a little bit of the alcohol and clean the surface of the rubber here and here. You're going to want to rotate this and get all the surfaces. You can also do this with the motor on, so if you can figure out how to turn it on, which is really easy, you just plug it in and move this off of the off position, which will relieve the switch and give you power to the motor. These things will spin all by themselves, and you can just hold your Q-tip here and clean the edges. You also want to clean the motor's drive shaft. Alright, so those are the three surfaces you want to clean. This particular model, this particular one falls off, so we're going to put it back on. It just fits under this little spring and moves back into position as such. Alright, another place you want to check is your platter. Put a little bit of alcohol on a cloth and clean this underside of your platter. Get all that dirt and dust off of there. Make sure that the lever, your speed selector lever, is in this little groove here, because that is what moves your speed selector back and forth on the drive wheel. Okay, once it's all clean, make sure both knobs or both levers are in the center. Take your platter and put it back over the spindle, slide it on down, and just rotate it into place, and you're good to go. That's all there is to it.